The Pebble Beach Pro-Am Bomb and Super Bowl Prop Bomb edition, early prop edition of the Bottom Line Bombs and Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up for promo code BOMBS to get 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And with that, we'll start the show with the song right. Pop, 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 pop. Yes, welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, Laddy Daddy, the Deli Llama, the Bet Detective, and today especially Scumbagger Vance, of course, the man in the box. CJ Sullivan talking. Broadcasting live today, a day early, different special show. It's Wednesday, January 29th. Oh, I just said, why do I say the day when I'm recording? It doesn't matter. Only to the people listening live, and they already know what day it is. Whatever day it is, you're hearing it. That's what day it is. And the time. You want to know what time it is? Look at the clock. Look at your watch. Look at your phone. But yes, this is a special, different, because I usually do it Thursdays, but we're going to get some dimple balls today, as Captain Insano says. You're right. Talking some golf today because it's the off week. It's the bye week. Super Bowl is not till next week between Philadelphia and Kansas City. They head down to New Orleans.
Attention, air traffic control. This flock of eagles is heading to New Orleans.
That's right. And did you hear that? That's a great Merrill Reese. Another treat for you, C-Jenerates. I've been talking about this for maybe a year and a half, that I was going to get my own soundboard, my own iPad. And I did. I got an iPad. Problem is I only have 3 sound bites clicked up to it. This is what inspired me yesterday, of course.
Duval.
The greatest sound drop of all time. The new Jags coach. Oh, man. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. I'll keep adding on. But yeah, we're going to talk some golf. Pebble Beach Pro-Am. This weekend, AT&T, whatever you want to talk about, I'll break down. I'll give out some golf bombs. If you're new to the Bottom Line Bombs with the man in the box here, if you're listening to the golf podcast, welcome as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs. But I do give out good golf analysis. I have a year-round show, not just NFL. And we had some huge golf bombs during the year. Last year, we had a great year with the U.S. Open winner. We had Wyndham Clark for like 95-1 out here on the LA Open. We had a lot of stuff. So we got some bombs today. We got some matchups, some top 10, some top 20, some leaderboard. And I'll also give out some Super Bowl props that I like, that I've already got on, that you should get on now because they move pretty quickly. Super Bowl prop numbers move like crazy. The market fluctuates. So we'll break into that. And of course, the man in the box segment. I got a couple different categories. I want to hit the man in the box towards the end of the show. Yeah, came in. Not only do I want to do the show on Wednesday because the golf starts tomorrow, so I wanted to get this out in time. But also, I'm doing a couple other shows with Sean and Ryan on the main show on SGPN. We're doing a Super Bowl MVP prop show, I think, after this. And then tonight, we're doing a viewing party of the unveiling of the Brandon Lang interview they did at Super Bowl Media Day, Radio Row, I should say, a couple years ago when it was in Los Angeles. That'll be interesting. Be like Mystery Science Theater, but it'll just be me ripping on it. So that'll be fun. That'll be great. That'll be tonight. But like I said, it's Wednesday, so we got a preview. I'm also going to do an interview. I got me not here, not today, but next week, Super Bowl week. We're going to have a big week. Obviously, my full prop show will be next Thursday. We'll do the full-on novelty props and everything props and, your party props. Monday, we'll have an episode break down more in analysis of the game itself. I'll be interviewing a Circa Million contest winner. See his side of the game, get their sharp edges. Let me go to. Do I have to download all the rest of their fucking sound effects so I can need to store it? Or it'll be mine. I'm going to make it all mine. You know what I mean? All right. So let's start the show, of course, with a quick little reminder that, of course, we're running a free squares pool for the Super Bowl. Do you know that? It's $1,000 winner. Take all for the final score square. Just go to sportsgamingpodcast.com/squares to sign up today. sportsgamingpodcast.com/squares. Boy, I'd like to get in on that. Can I get in on that? I'm about to pull up some burner accounts, C-Jenerates, and get some of that sweet square money. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. It's golf time. Do I not have a golf sound effect too? God. Now I'm on tilt because I have the board with no sounds. I'll just keep playing Duval.
Duval.
Repair your divot. The AT&T Pro-Am Pebble Beach. This used to be a whole thing with like 156 groups or pairings of celebrities and amateurs. Now they've shaved it down like 88. So it won't take as long. There's no more Bill Murray. I put Bill Murray on the thumbnail, or Ray Romano's or Cheech Marin's, building castles in the sand trap and doing the hijinks and making the round go 7 hours. They pretty much pulled that. So now to be 88 pros, they play Pebble Beach, then they play Spyglass. They alternate between that. And then on the weekend, 2 more at Pebble Beach. So it's like 3 out of 4 at Pebble Beach. Fantastic public course up in the Bay Area. It's public if you have a couple grand and you have to stay at the hotel. They make you do that. So the amateurs, they're basically CEOs, really. That's all this is. All the shit is finance world. Yeah, it's weird. Like CEOs with low handicaps, probably too. That's how a lot of professional golfers make their money. It's just playing during the round with businessmen and finance guys and old fat cats. You know what I mean? They'll play with them like just for 3. I mean, not for this one, but they'll play with them like for 3 holes. You do that. You sign for 50 grand, you play 4 holes with Scotty Scheffler. Then he breaks off and finds another group. It's just weird. The white collar CEO side hustle of golfers. It's kind of like, I mean, obviously golfers make their money playing on the tour, and the money got a lot better once Tiger Woods got in there. But still, it's still weird because it's still very top heavy, and survive on the tour isn't easy if you're just you're trying to make the cut, and that's how you get your paycheck, and you don't get paid if you don't make the cut. So a lot of them, you play these amateur stuff all week long, and you just play with businessmen. It's kind of like on a bigger scale, like, I don't know, like female bodybuilders, or cheerleaders. Professional football cheerleaders, they'll make money, appearance fees at a mall and shit like that. That's how they make their money, because they don't make it any salary at the games. And bodybuilders, they make their money like doing fetish videos and shit. Like, it's weird. Like the fucking side hustle you got to do, or even male bodybuilders, they sell steroids, whatever it is. It's a dirty market. But you're right. As Buford T said, this is like the first OnlyFans concept. Female bodybuilder. I think it was an MTV True Life I saw that on. Or maybe an HBO Real Sex or something, whatever it was. There was a documentary, not a documentary, but like a little segment where female bodybuilders, I mean, obviously there's not a lot of money in that competition, and your entire life is dedicated to it because you look like a fucking bodybuilder. So to make a little money, they'll do a video where they pop a balloon between their legs and leg wrestle some nerd in the basement and dominate him, I guess, and do some sessions. So golfers also have to do that, and this is what this is. This Pro-Am. This is the first big tournament. I mean, I know they played Torrey Pines last week, but Pebble Beach, I mean, obviously it's a great course. That's where the Open was last year. Scotty Scheffler is returning. I got to get this. I got to forget about this article. He injured himself. This is his first tournament back. Now he's obviously dominated last year. He is 4-1. That's crazy. I mean, that's how his odds were last year, but you can't do that. You can't. For his first tournament back, we can't possibly play 4-1. I might play him in some matchups, but we're gonna be avoiding Scotty Scheffler until we see that he's back. I mean, he might come back and just dominate again like he did. If he does, oh well, we're gonna lose. But the good thing about Scheffler being back is that all the other golfers' odds go up or lower, whatever the term is for it. So you can get some good favorites at like 15, 20 to 1 where you normally wouldn't if Scheffler wasn't playing. Because Scheffler's playing, he's 4-1. I mean, he is, what's his odds? Scheffler's 4-1, minus 110 for top 10, minus 225 for top 20. That's crazy. So it's his first one back. It's his geared up return. How he injured himself was one of the whitest injuries I've ever heard. I mean, good God, does golf have white injuries and white storylines? You already had. I know he's always, got arrested last year, thrown into clink, got out and played. Now he's cutting himself. He cut himself cutting, or he broke a wine glass. This is how white this is. Let me go. He had to have surgery on his hand. It was a kitchen mishap, he calls it. A broken wine glass. He was making homemade ravioli at a rental home without proper kitchen equipment. So he used a wine glass to slice the dough, and then he was cutting it. Well, what are you doing cutting ravioli? That's how white it is. Actually, you can tell Scheffler's not Italian. This is definitely a date night. There's no reason whatsoever Scotty Scheffler should be cutting ravioli and making homemade ravioli. That's just something you do with the wife. Oh, boy, won't this be fun? Instead of getting ravioli made by professionals, we'll make it ourselves. It'll take 3 hours. We'll get in a fight. Then we won't decide which movie to watch. This will be great. What a great date night this will be, honey. He had his hand on top of the wine glass. It broke straight down. And then the stem cut through his hand. I've heard nothing but horror stories since this happened, he said, about wine glasses. So be careful. He's warning us. All right, we'll be careful, Scotty. Even if you're like me, don't drink wine. You got to be real careful with wine glasses. What do you got, an Airbnb? And he sliced it a fucking thin wine. What are you doing? Yep, guys, just got to be a little more careful at home, but I'm not going to live in a bubble. I got to live my life. He's acting like he's going out there like he's skydiving or something. You're using Airbnb wine glasses to cut handmade ravioli, which you shouldn't be cutting it anyway. How mayonnaise white can you be? I mean, that is very white. Any real Italian will tell you. I've got Kramer in here to tell you how un-Italian that is. I know he does Italian of the week. I should do mayonnaise of the week. The mayo of the month club. Scotty Scheffler, you're welcome to it. That is for the pure white. Yeah, I know how to do the white angle release. Oh, I can't wait to get that music too. Oh, the music's going to be great. The white angle release sports. Scotty Scheffler, welcome to the club. Actually, you're out. You're bounced. Cooper DeJean. He got snowed by LeBron last night at the Sixers game. I didn't like that. Boofer T says, you can't make pasta in Airbnb. You're at an away game. No home court advantage. That's exactly what happened, too. He said they didn't have the proper equipment. No shit, they didn't have the proper equipment. It's a fucking rental. It's a beach house, whatever it is. I mean, what are you doing? We're not giving you specialty artisan homemade things. You got to buy the whole equipment. Send it. I mean, how much money do you have? Roy McIlroy said he should have a chef. Of course he has a chef, but he was, he's on the road. He's doing a date night, Rory. Anyway. So he's back. Scotty Scheffler, 4-1. We're going to avoid him until he can play. till we can figure out. Well, hopefully he'll be rusty. I doubt he will be. He'll probably be amazing. All our tickets will probably be ripped in the air halfway through Friday. But I'm excited. I'm excited to play some golf here on the weekend. So let me first tell you about Edge Boost. And I actually have a new graphic for this. How about this? This is exciting as well. Look at that. Looks like a credit card, doesn't it? That's because it is. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, a premier Visa debit card for bettors. Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe at the car as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today and use promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And of course, you know we're brought to you by MyBookie as well. MyBookie, wherever I bet, he bets. MyBookie, MyBookie AG. We're brought to you by MyBookie AG. Perfect place to bet every sport. Plus props for every game in the live dealer casino. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposits and lightning fast payouts using crypto. A bet I like on MyBookie is, I'll give you NBA. I like Toronto to smash the Wizards tonight. I think Toronto's laying 7. That's my play, just because the Wizards are so bad. So head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, promo code for 100% bombs, for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. Here I am, your host, the Laddy Daddy, also known as Scumbagger Vance. And we're doing golf today.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
All right. Buford T's in on Toronto -6 already. Is that overnight or is that coming down? I would hate to say that's coming down because I played it last night at 7. Feach Lamagna, welcome to the chat. He says he's riding with Ludwig Aberg. He thinks the mayo is too spicy. Aberg is interesting play. We'll get into this Pebble Beach. Let's get into it right now. Aberg is an interesting play. He was the man last week. I was on him 10-1. He was coming in. He was on fire. He just destroyed first round and second round. Then he got the flu. And then he bowed out with the flu. So what's to say he can't just dominate this again if he shakes off that flu? So Aberg is interesting because his number went back up, right? Let's take a look at what his number is. I have Super Bowl props here. Hold on. I want to pull up DraftKings numbers just because I kind of like their numbers this way. Ludwig Aberg is 18-1 outright winner. That's not as great as I thought it was. I thought he went higher. But nothing wrong with riding with Aberg. He's not going to be my choice. But I definitely give you the thumbs up on that one. Puffer T says, hot mayo tip. Use mayo for your grilled cheese, not butter. That's interesting. I've heard that before. So you mayonnaise the bread, grill it, and then you cook the mayo inside of the grilled cheese. That's it. That is interesting. Tell you what, either way, it's still mayo. It's still a very white condiment. You can craft mayo all you want, but either way you slice it. It's eggs and whatever the hell it is. It's it can still be bland, but not bad. Grilled cheese is already a mess, so why not add mayo to the cooking part? All right, so Pebble Beach. Here's the Pebble Beach overall view, just a general overall view when you're playing Pebble Beach. Driving distance isn't that very important as much as accuracy is. The approach game, very important. 170 and in, I guess. Your irons are big play, very important. Let me see if I have some golf tips. Damn it, where did my notes go? I have my clipboard. I have some notes, but not great notes. First, I'll start off with some matchups, and I'll give you a couple, three big guys I like, and then a couple bombs. I like to give out the bombs, obviously. Patrick Patrick Cantlay, I like his matchup against him. Just because Patrick Cantlay, what's his numbers at? He's just consistent. I don't want him to win. He's at 18-1, plus 160 top 10. I like him as a top 10, but I'm not playing that either. But going against Soon J M, I don't like him for this course here. So I think it's a good matchup. Cantalay's only minus 130. These are the three matchups I like. Cantlay minus 130 will bomb that. A sexy one is McIlroy versus Scheffler. McIlroy's plus 190. If I had to play it, that's exactly the side I would take. Just because, what are you going to lay 250 with Scheffler on his first one back? I guess you would. Although Rory has got a lot going on. He's already talking about playing less tournaments. He thinks PGA should play less. Yeah, well, you know what, Rory? We all don't make $10 million and hit a ball into a movie screen against Tiger Woods every week. Some of us got to play every week, all right? Like Scumbagger Vance over here. Another matchup that I like, this is foreshadowing. This is a spoiler alert because he's also going to be one of my bombs. And that is Russell Henley. Russell Henley heads up versus Max Gracerman. Gracerman, I've just been fading in general. He played out of his mind. He's got regression coming. So my second matchup, Russell Henley minus 115 versus Max Gracerman. Bomb that. And then my favorite matchup play is the wrap-up number 3 matchup. Wyndham Clark versus Jordan Spieth. Wyndham Clark won this last year. Minus 120. He's a U.S. Open winner. He's getting his number is huge. It's pretty disrespectful. I also like him as kind of a shot there, but I mean, for a guy who won this last year, he's coming in at, what's his number at? Is he going to bet low? Where is he at? I thought I saw him at 41. The hell is Wyndham Clark at? That's how much you got to keep scrolling. 55-1 Wyndham Clark is. And he's going against Jordan Spieth, which is insane. Jordan Spieth is coming off wrist surgery. He hasn't played. Jordan Spieth 65-1. Jordan Spieth hasn't played golf since August, competitive golf. And he's coming off wrist surgery. Going against Wyndham Clark, who won this thing last year. U.S. Open, he's cocky. His name is Wyndham. This is a white matchup. This is a Mayo on Mayo. This is Hellman's versus Elmer's. Or Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue versus Hellman's mayonnaise. Or Duke mayonnaise if you want to go to Duke Bowl. Wyndham versus Jordan. Jordan Spieth, who looks like a 45-year-old man at the age of 19 whenever he came onto the scene. He's still only in his 30s, right? Young 30s or even 20s? Who knows? But either way, Wyndham Clark minus 120. That's my favorite bomb matchup. Bomb that one. All right, let me move through these pretty quickly. Not too quickly, but let's get to our 3 players. The 3 guys who I like are decent odds that are up top of the boards, and I'll give you 2 bombs, long shots. Now, when I say play these guys, I play these guys to win it outright and also top 10. Maybe even a top 20 if it's sometimes if you want to back it up that way. First, we're going to be Justin Thomas. Now, Justin Thomas, I'm not going to play outright. I love Justin Thomas. I always have. He 14-1. He's the 3rd favorite on the board right now, tied with Colin Morikawa. Wow. Because he's been playing great. His irons and putters, his putting's usually the problem. That's the problem with JT. But he's got every shot in the bag. He's kind of like Kobe Bryant. I know I brought up Kobe last time, where Kobe Bryant can just do any shot that other pros couldn't do. He can do any shot that no other golfer can do. The Tiger couldn't in his pro, but like his iron shots are insane. The reason why I don't want him to win outright, or not going to put him on, just because his putting is that inconsistent. I can see it coming down towards the end, where his putting will lose him. And so we're going to do JT top 10 plus 130. And his top 5, we'll give out a nice bomb top 5. He's 3-1 on that bomb on there. Now is one with little bigger odds, who I will play outright. Jason Day. He is what we call a course horse. He loves Pebble Beach. He's great at Pebble Beach, and he's been playing good. Jason Day. And he's at 30-1 right now at DraftKings. Jason Day, 30-1. First of all, we'll bomb that. And, of course, you got to back that up with a top 10 plus 550 or even a top 20 plus 250. There's nothing worse than having an outright and he comes in second or third. You're like, why didn't I play something else? So top 10, I like a top 5 for JT, top 10 for Jason Day, and a 30-1 outright plus 250. Let's see. Let's take a look here. And then my actual pick for the winner, who I'm going a little heavier on, 14-1. See, the problem with these Pebble Beaches is it's such a loaded field. You can occasionally get some long shots out there that do hit Pebble Beach, but usually it's someone up top. Colin Marcar, we already said it. He's playing great. And he's from the Bay. He went to Stanford. He's done everything but win right now. And he's bound to win one of these things. And this is perfect. This is set up perfectly for him. So Colin Marcar, 4-1, and I'll back that up with a top 5 plus 260. Bomb that. Might as well do a plus 120 for the top 10 as well. 2 bombs that we that you gotta toss in there, and then I'll put in the top 20s with them. Russell Henley, already told you that. He's 55-1. That'll be great. I'm gonna say that again clearly, just so for the soundbite. When he wins, I can cut it easily. You know, chop it up, make a nice clip out of it. Put that in cap cut, some graphics. Scumbagger Vance is bombed for the AT&T Pebble Beach. 55-1. Russell Henley, bomb it. We also like Taylor Pendrith. Bomb that. He's at 50-1. He finished 7th last week at Torrey Pines. We had a top 10 on him at plus 350. That was very nice. And he's been hot. There's no reason not to. You have to play Pendrith again. There's a lot of other guys I like there, Hoagie too, but you can't. The problem with golf is, just like the Super Bowl props, which I'm about to get to, you can't let your card get too big. Like Feach had a point there. Ride with Aberg, that's great. Ride with Aberg. So that's what I'm doing. I'm riding Marcara, a couple sprinkles on the bombs, JT and Day, and that's it. And then you make your money with the matchups and things like that. 3 matchups, so not that bad. Get a little bankroll going before Super Bowl week, before we go to media day, before we start betting some real money on the coin tosses and whatnot. But yeah, so it should be fun. Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Like I said, there will be no Bill Murrays building sand castles into traps. The courses go on. They're just your CEOs. So it won't be as fun. Or your Cheech Marins and George Lopez's. Ray Romano. My voice didn't hurt so much. I do a Ray Romano impression. Maybe he's getting ready for the SNL 50 coming up. Anyway, don't cut your hand playing rigatoni. So hopefully Scheffler will not blow up all of our golf plays and just run away with this thing. Hopefully we'll have a good chance at this. Yeah, I think I played Taylor Pendrith in my one and done tournament. The Steph Smalls one and done on Splash Sports. Shout out to Steffi Smalls. She's a big golf head too. Anyway, all right. When we come back, I will talk a little Super Bowl matchups that I want. I'm not matchups, Super Bowl props that I got into right now because the markets are moving. But there it was. There was Scumbagger Vance with his Pebble Beach card, full card for you. Hope he wins something. But first, let me tell you about Underdog. I always say, but first, but next, I should say. Next, let me tell you about Underdog. Underdog Fantasy. Or Pick'em. It's one of the biggest menus for all sports. Always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems. NFL, college baseball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use special boosts on all flexed entries. I'm going to use it I was going to use it with Anthony Davis, but now he's out for a week. Go figure. as they play. Do they play? Oh, they already played back-to-back. They play tomorrow. Anyway, sign up with promo code BOMBS to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. With props. SGPN's partner Rhythm is the number one AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build a model for you. If the NFL playoffs haven't gone your way, Rhythm will help you turn things around. There's only one game left. Rhythm's AI-powered predictions of prop bets and game lines will set you up for success in the Super Bowl. Picks, props, basketball, NBA, Rhythm has it all. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, Scumbagger Vance, the Laddy Daddy, the Deli Llama, the Deli Roll, the man in the box. All right. Thank you, everyone here. Amateur Fun joins the chat with the word Futbucker. So he's ready for the Super Bowl, obviously. Why?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Good job, amateurs. So, yeah, let's get down to New Orleans.
Attention, air traffic control. This flock of eagles is heading to New Orleans.
Maybe that'll be my thing. Instead of adding a full soundboard, a full iPad and soundboard, all kinds of things that are appropriate for what I'm talking about, I'll just have these three cues, and I just do it over and over again. You know?
Duval.
Everyone's giving him shit for that Duval, and it is creepy. But let me tell you something. It's not as creepy as the regular Duval. The Duval, like, it's fucking Duval. Like, there's no good way of saying Duval like that. So trust me. So why not make it as creepy as possible? All right, let's get into it. Some Super Bowl props that we're going to get into. Like I said, thank you everyone who is watching, and thank you for joining me on Wednesday. I'm proud of you, C-Jenerates, here in the live chat room that followed me on Wednesday when we did a quick little change here, because I'm not only for the golf tomorrow, but also I'm doing 2 shows after this with Ryan and Sean. We're also doing a Super Bowl MVP and props. So I'll give you a little precursor to that. And then we're doing the watch party, Brandon Lang tonight. That's going to be exciting. My God. All right, let's get into this Super Bowl prop down here in New Orleans. Now, let's take a look here. When you talk about these props, the numbers and names move so fast and they get so juiced. And there's a lot of talk about, you got to do it early. If you don't do it early, no one even play. You lose all the value. And listen, it's not easy. I don't have the the patience to have a future bet sometimes, let alone have a bet sit in my account for 2 weeks and wait for. I got college hoops to waste money on, and NBA money to waste money on. I got to take Oregon State plus 15. That bet was done within 5 minutes. Gonzaga was up by 40. But you know what I mean? I need to win these. I need to play some golf bets. I can't have time to lay it in for some props, although I'd have. And the ones I wanted to get a hold of early on because I knew we're going to move was the tight ends, both tight ends. Dallas Godert. I pronounce it Godert because that's what I do. I mispronounce names. Although that one, at least you could see where I'm thinking. Sometimes I'm not even close. But that's in my blood. My dad, notorious for mispronouncing names. I mean, the most common names in the world. Like when I was telling him I was going to do comedy, he's like, "Oh yeah, you ever see this Jerry Seinfeld guy? You should check him out. The way he controls the stage, just watch him." Yeah, I heard of Seinfeld. He was incredible. So anyway, Dallas Godert. I think it's Godert. If your name's Dallas, it's got to be Godert as well. But it's Godert. His total right now is 4.5, 51.5. This is only going to go higher. I love Dallas Godert in this game. A lot of people do. And the reason is good. Not just because, I mean, he's been hurt most of the year and he just came back, and now Hurts loves Godert. He loves him over the middle. That's what's going to be open in this game. Kansas City is terrible against the tight end all year round. It doesn't matter who the tight end was, they ate, except for last week when Dalton Kincaid dropped the game winner. And Knox did nothing. But other than Kincaid and Knox, the tight end absolutely eats against Kansas City. Even Dalton Schultz, who had a horrible year, had like 68 yards a couple weeks ago versus Kansas City. Is it because they don't guard the tight end well? Justin Reed and the safeties drip back and the line, you can kill over those linebackers? Maybe. I think it's personally that all the tight ends want to show up Travis Kelce, who is the pretty boy of tight ends. Dayton, of course, the biggest star in the world, Tay-Tay. They're thinking, well, if he did it, maybe I can do it. You know what I mean? If I can show up Kelce in front of Tay-Tay, I'm not going to take his girl from him, but maybe she can, toss me a Sierra or a Keisha. Or a, Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter should date Dallas Godert. Let's get that espresso going, huh? And if you don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is, ask your kids, ask your daughter. Someone asked me who it was. I think Kramer didn't know who it was. Someone didn't know. Some of my friends didn't know who it was. I'm like, ask your kid, they'll know. Buford T says he's sure he's a nice guy, but he's logistically predisposed to dislike anything named Dallas. I know. It's true. If that's how good Dallas Godert is, then he's accepted in Philadelphia with the first name Dallas. Although, and I touched about it last show, as a Dallas hater, the city of Dallas, the Cowboys, you could not be happier than what's going on over down there. Jerry Jones does not care about winning. He does not care about his fan base. It is insulting what he's doing. It's amazing. He keeps hiring the same puppets to be their coach. To draft Schottenheimer's kid. Not even a good offensive coordinator. Brian Schottenheimer. It's terrible. To hire him and then do that press conference where he's talking about osmosis and he's like, you don't think I'm took a risk? How about this? How about this risk? I'm hiring this bum. This guy's never even coached before. That's a risk. What? Is this you pumping him up? I love it. The Cowboys are going to be terrible again. I mean, that's what it is. He's gotten so old that Jerry Jones no longer cares about winning another Super Bowl. He just wants to have the most valuable franchise and make the most money. That's how he wins. Stephen A., welcome. You got a bomb. Says, welcome, C-Jenerates. Damn right. So hop on Dallas Godert over 51.5. It's still minus 130. Let me see what the spreads are. And here's another one I want to do with him. This one you don't have to jump on right now, but I will be playing it. It's going to go. Receptions is... Let me go over under. Here we go. His over under is 51.5. That's regular juice. I mean, that's you're still paying a premium because he was usually. I mean, even just last week he was 38.5. It was at 40, high 40s. It's clicking on him, and it's not going to come back down. And his over under for receptions is that juice? Yeah, it's juice minus 130. I'm pretty confident he'll get the 5 catches. The other one, tight end, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, everyone talked about last week how every single playoff game he had over 70 yards, like 15 straight games, 14 straight games. It did not become 15th because he absolutely crapped out last week. He did nothing last week. You know why he did nothing? Because then he puts on his Studious glasses and his sweater vest for his post-game locker room interview. Once he starts doing all that, starts being the character and the person, you know he had a bad game. Because he knows he has to deliver somehow his value. And my value now is being Mr. Taylor Swift. That being said, he's going to have a bounce-back game. Travis Kelce's going to have a big Super Bowl. He always does. This I'm confident of. Now, 6.5 is his receptions at plus 120. That's a lot. 7 catches is a lot, although I still think he gets it. Mainly because these Vic Fangio defenses, their linebackers are banged up, but the safeties play deep and they keep everything in front of you. They don't want to give up big plays to Mahomes. And Mahomes, he's going to have a lot of completions. I like his over completions as well, Patrick Mahomes. Because he's going to take short, medium passes all day. That's what he's going to do. It's what he's done before. That being said, Travis Kelce, 63.5 yards, I think we're getting more of a discount. Because last week it went off at 70 because of all the hype around. Now he had that awful game. It's come back down to earth. 63.5 yards. Let's play that early. Let's bomb that. I'll save some of the prop for the big. Of course, I'm going to have the big prop show next week. I also teased a little Dallas Godert to lead the game in reception yards, plus 850. It's not bad. I like some of those leaderboards. You can't do rushing unless you want to fade Saquon, and if you want to fade Saquon, good luck. He's minus 800. Can you believe that? Minus 800 to lead the game in rushing. I mean, I like Kareem Hunt. Plus 850. That's an insane number. I mean, you're basically hoping he gets hurt because there's no way anyone's out rushing Saquon if he doesn't get hurt. He's just an alien right now. That being said, let's get over to that MVP. And this is the conversation I will be having later on in the show. And then we'll get to the box. Beaver T says, nice to see Washington no longer an offseason owner drama. Although I do like how Washington owner drama has now become Philly owner drama. Josh Harris not letting the Sixers tweet out about these congratulations. What? Why wouldn't you let him do that, Josh Harris?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
All right, I can get behind that. Your leader for MVP is Patrick Mahomes. There's no reason to bet Patrick Mahomes for MVP. He is plus 120. I mean, it's like 20-cent difference between playing that and the Chiefs on the money line. Just play the Chiefs if you want to do that. Now, granted, Mahomes is most likely going to win the MVP if the Chiefs win. But there's not much of a difference. Now, the Eagles, you have Saquon Barkley plus 260, then Jalen Hurts plus 350. Now, see, that's a nice little difference between them and the Eagles winning. Saquon Barkley seems like the obvious. Shaquan, Buford T says the fans call him. Saquanza. Happy Saquanza, as I say to my Uncle Kevin and other Giant fans who gifted the great Saquon.
Giants, baby. Huh? You bet your ass.
Plus 350 is Jalen Hurts. That's interesting. Not too often are you going to see the quarterback have a higher odds than another player on their team to win MVP of a Super Bowl. It's usually always the quarterback. And obviously it's warranted here because of Saquon. Saquon's just doing insane things. Last game versus Washington, I think if they had to give out an MVP for that, I think they would have gave it to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns rushing. Saquon had 3 rushing touchdowns. But he also threw for 1, and that's just the way it is. So I think you're getting pretty good value on Jalen Hurts plus 350 for the quarterback that can easily win this game. I mean, the game's basically a pick 'em. Now, the other argument to that is if the Eagles are to win, Jalen Hurts can't have a monster, 300-yard passing, 3-touchdown game because that's not how they win. They win by running the ball with Saquon. So I can see that argument. Personally, I just think there's good value of Jalen Hurts plus 350. But also the narrative for Saquon is they have to give him an award, some kind of award. He has to win something. He can't have this season and not win an award. Have Lamar Jackson out there with the MVP. He can't even get, and he can't even get a goddamn some kind of thing. Amateur Fun says, no need to say what my uncle calls him after three double Jack and Cokes. And I know how that is. Trust me, I know how that goes. Anyway, but here's a couple of players down the line I wouldn't mind taking a shot at. Kareem Hunt. People are like Travis Kelce, 15-1. Yeah, okay. I like Xavier Worthy at 28-1. And Kareem Hunt at 60-1. Kareem Hunt gets zero respect. We were on him last week for the ladder. He almost got to 70 yards, which would have been plus 800, but we hit the plus 350 ladder. First touchdown. He's going to score. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown, is plus 120. That's crazy. We're bombing that. But 60-1 MVP can easily pull up 3 touchdowns. Whatever. He's the RB1. Pacheco is cooked. He's dead. But you also have his past, and that becomes an issue when you start giving MVP. There's a reason why Ray Lewis didn't say, I'm going to Disneyland, because they didn't want to put him on TV. They had to put that douchebag Trent Dilfer, who was terrible. Kareem Hunt did kick a white woman in the stomach. Not easy to go to America here, not to pass off America. He served his time, but yeah. Buffer T likes it. If Casey takes it, the Kareem Hunt, you at 60-1, how do you not sprinkle some of that? As far as the Eagles, Hurts and Saquon's going to be AJ, Devontae. I doubt it. People want to do the defense. Cooper DeJean, no way. You have to do so much on defense. There's just going to be so many points scored. I wouldn't waste money on anyone on defense. Devontae Smith's actually kind of fun at 65-1. Because I think he's going to also have a big game down the slot. He's the kind of guy that can get multiple touchdowns. But problem is they're just not going to do that and not give it to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been so disrespected. They would love to give him the MVP. That's why I'd like him at plus 350. But if you did want a defensive player, how about this? Jalix Hunt, 600-1. What? Come on. Amateur Fun says Hunt's yards plays blunted by Pacheco platoon. See, I think this Pacheco platoon is done with. I think Andy Reid knows it is a wasted down handing him the ball. Next week will be my full prop show, but I will be going under Pacheco. I love Pacheco under 10.5 longest rush already. Get that before that line moves. I think it's actually at 9.5 now. Either way, I like it. But there's not going to be a lot of running anyway, but certainly not with Pacheco. I think Kareem Hunt is Wally pipped him. It's it. It's Kareem Hunt's job to go. And personally, I don't think Isaiah Pacheco is healthy, 100% healthy. Either way, that's how it is with running backs. You get that injury, you come back, you're not the same, and it goes like that. So that's an interesting way to go. Anyway, like I said, that is just the early Super Bowl props, just a preview, along with the Pebble Beach Pro-Am bombs I gave you as we transition here on bye week here. We have the shows afterwards with SGPN and, of course, the Brandon Lang viewing party tonight, of course. But now let's do an extra special Man in the Box. Oh, that thing. Thank you, everyone who joined me on a special show, Amateur Fun, Buford T, Stephen A, JC from KC, Feach Lamagna, Beetlejuice, Captain Insano, everyone that came aboard. The live chat makes this show go because I am the man in the box. I am that cross between Alex Jones and Jim Rome, where I just talk insanely into a microphone with no feedback, and you guys are the ones that help me at least rein it in a little bit. I always say, I understand why these people talk crazy. I understand why Alex Jones says frogs make you gay and school shootings didn't happen, because you need to fill the air with something. All the crazy. I'm looking at my hat right now. There's a new hat, SGPN Gens. We're still doing that promo sale, right? Yeah, Big Game. Promo code Big Game, 15% off everything in merch store. This is a new SGPN Gen hat. Looks good. Just looking at myself in the monitor there. all the boxes. I'm looking at all the boxes. I am the man in the box. And I got a monitor, this box, a TV box, a bigger box, and then a computer box. We call that being extremely online, as I say. This is what I wanted. I was going to talk about these old touts today and the fake gambling content, but I kind of want to talk about Tizzy too. Tizzy's got me all in a tizzy. Tizzy, if you didn't know. Tizzy's in my algorithm now. This is basically what I talk about with algorithms. You know what's so funny? It used to be, maybe this is pre-Elon, we would share links with each other, with your friends, you share memes and shit, but now we all share the same exact shit because we all have the same fucking algorithm. Like, did you see this video? Yeah, I saw this video at the exact same time you saw it. You know why? Because we're not in control of this. It's just shoved in our face. Well, anyway, here it is. They thought it was funny. We thought it's funny. I thought you would think it's funny. Yeah, I thought you would think it's funny too. Let's just have our phone talk to your phone. Why do we even have to talk to each other? How about our phones go out? They can share the same links with each other. So now I got Tizzy in my feed who cancels people. He's that guy. He's got his huge head. He's this big bear. He's got the big salt and pepper beard. And he talks like this. He goes, hey, internet, can you help me out? And like, it's usually somebody sends him a video of someone being racist and he doxes them, basically. And yeah, I get it. Listen. All the people he shames and doxes, whatever, they're terrible people. I get that part. But there's also something about this Tizzy I don't like either. He's got to be a hypocrite. This guy has to have a past. We need a Tizzy dive on Tizzy himself. Someone needs to dive into his tweets. Something. He's got to be something there. And oh, man, would that be a spectacular day when we find out he did something. Where's his bodies buried? Those skeletons. My latest Big Dom video, I put a quick part of Tizzy up front, up top when he's talking about he's like, Big Dom got this because of course, Big Tizzy, of course, was on the Eagles fan who called the Packer fan the C word. So he's just like, so the one that came up yesterday was this woman. She did a video where she was happy about ICE deporting, immigrants or something like that. Where she's like, I think, I don't feel bad at all for families being separated. Like, it was a terrible video. She's a horrible person. We get it. But it's also just a bad opinion. You know what I mean? Or not bad opinion. She's just whatever. She's just being an asshole. It's what everyone does on the internet. So he comes in there, oh, internet, I got your profile. You blocked me. Okay, but is your name really Sarah? Something. Then he'll post your name, your company. And of course, the company gets flocked by fucking people. It just gets swarmed, and then they fire. And that's what happens. They fire. It's like, oh, you got your comeuppance. Now, people say, what about your First Amendment right? Your First Amendment right is not. They won't get fired. It's you won't get arrested. The government won't come for you. But there is consequences. Well, yeah, okay. You're right. Technically, that's the letter of the law of what freedom of speech means. But that's not quite freedom. Maybe we have a different definition of freedom. That if you say one thing online, that 100,000 people are going to come for your head and come for your job and get you fired and ruin your life. I wouldn't consider that freedom. Tizzy needs to be a hypocrite. That's what I'm trying to say. But then he'll throw things like, in the environment we live in today's environment, you can't do. You are today's environment, Tizzy. That's my point. When you just tell 5 million of your followers to go find someone and basically let's drag them down the streets and get them and ruin their lives, that's the environment you created. You can't just act like you're not a part of that. I'm not saying these other people are good, but you're just as bad. You're worse. You're more worse. You know what, Tizzy? I'm going to find it. I might just change this whole show. C-Generates, let's get Tizzy. I'm going to send my C-Generates out there. I'm not going to attack the Swifties. I'm not dumb, but I'm going to get the Tizzers. The Tizzers and the Rizzlers. Boover says that guy's going to prison for something soon. He better. He damn well better. And it's going to be an amazing day. The video, I should make the video anyway, but I'm afraid he'll come after me too. A lot of times when you're calling out Karens and these racists and all these, that behave badly. Now listen, and there's a lot of bad behavior. I get it. And this woman, I should say, made her own video, so I don't feel as bad. But when people are caught on camera, a lot of these people are just mentally unstable. Like, look at this Karen. Does anyone notice Karen's name? No, she's barefoot and wearing a robe inside of a come and go. She's obviously needs mental help. She needs to be in a hospital. Let's not get the town villagers to fucking put a stake through her just yet. Maybe let's find her some help. Looks like this man seems to work at the fountain collecting change, but he also doesn't like Jews. Yeah, he also is wearing a tinfoil hat and has a bird in his pants pocket. Okay? Maybe let's use our internet powers for something else, Tizzy. Do your thing. That's what he says. Just do your thing, internet. That's why I didn't like that Packer fan a couple weeks ago. That's what he said. Do your thing, internet. Do your thing. Do my work. That's like when people at bars, when assholes will say, prove me wrong. I like when they do that. Prove me wrong then. But this is before the internet. You say some ridiculous claim. Prove me wrong. What? Why do I got to prove you wrong? Why do I have to do your legwork for you? How about you have your evidence for your insane claim that you think Louisiana still has a king? I don't have to go do research and come back next week with some printouts. Do your thing, internet. I did my thing. I secretly recorded this mentally unstable person. Now you do your thing, internet. Ruin his life. Harassed their company. No, I think your company would like to know this is the kind of person working for them. That's one of the only reasons why I want to be a corporation. Be a corporation or like a head honcho of one of the companies, just so I could come out and say that. Fuck you, internet. No, we're not firing him. Why? Because you're going to forget. You're going to forget about this lady in 2 days, and you're going to find a new one. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about the fake, the internet too. A lot of fake. Is there anything unfunnier, by the way, on the internet than the deep fake speeches they do at the press conference? Like, oh, here's Dak Prescott talking about Jerry Jones, and like it's him lip syncing, like, oh, he's an old man. I don't know why he's doing it. We're gonna fucking suck again. Oh my God, can you believe that? They're not. That's not funny at all. I don't like AI art, and I don't like generated joke press conferences with deep fake, and all they do is do curse because then the writing is so bad. That's my cross to bear. That's all. It's what it is. I have to realize who I am. I'm the man in a box with no friends. I'm a comic in the gambling world. I'm a gambler in the comic world. I don't fit in either one. So when I'm in the content world and I see gamblers trying to be sarcastic, like Rob Pizzola, who does the Circles Off podcast, whatever. I mean, he's a net gain. He's a plus EV move, whatever. But still, like he's trying to do bits now where he's like making fun of touts, like, oh, I've been in the lab, and he's just so fucking not funny. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to be sarcastic, but it's not funny. You're not good at it. You're all Al Dunkins of the world. Sports Center, all these guys. They're sportscasters impersonating comics, not the other way around, like I am. But that's why I do neither here nor there. And that's why I can't look at that. I can't watch the SNL 50 that's coming up. That makes me sick now. Because I'm old and dead inside. Thing is, the SNL 50 is I see billboards for it everywhere, and it's the SNL 50 music special, the audition special, the best of the commercials. They've blown itself by so many times. I was there for the SNL 40, the SNL 25. I remember SNL 20, 35. They do an anniversary every 5 years, and it was great. The 40th was great, but I mean, how many more? I get it. 50 is the best number, but like we've seen all the goddamn skits. It's just so they can fucking talk about each other and be around. And never has there been assembled a room of all these. Man, I'm getting angry. I shouldn't get this angry. Let me get out of the box. Boofer says, Waiter does a video on Elon and Donnie. I know. Oh, man. That bromance is breaking up, the Elon Donnie bromance. That's what I heard. Oh, my God.
Duval.
I wonder how people, we'll remember Duval the rest of the year. Autofade of anyone who's been labbing all day. And I get it. It's easy to make fun of, but you have to do it right and properly. Like me, Sean and Ryan, we put out a video in the lab. And like we said, the lab, we are tinkering and doing your little parlays and your beakers. The Barstool lab, it's just a dorm room. Sock on the knob kind of lab. You know, you've been cooking all day. You've been cooking up a parlay. Oh, God. The online gambling content is crazy. And I think it gets me so angry because that's all. You can't get it off your feet. It used to be, okay, well, don't follow me. That has no effect. Following people on Twitter is irrelevant because you're going to get it on your feed anyway. I try to mute every Barstool. Barstool has 4,000 accounts. It's going to seep through somehow. I can't get rid of it. So then we get walking bets, and then you get different versions of walking bets. I'm not saying I wish gambling was illegal the way it used to be. But let's just say I miss those days. I miss those days when everyone wouldn't just post their bet slip and scream about how every game affected their parlay. And they're all goddamn parlay. I just, just like when weed got legalized. I liked it better when I had to buy it off a guy that would come over and hang out, and you couldn't get rid of him. Or you go to this place and you try to have a conversation with you. Now I go to a dispensary and I got the fucking Apple smart nerd team of weed, 30 people surrounding me, telling me about the strains and shit. I don't want to talk about this. I want to buy and get the hell out of here. Anyway. All right. I got a little cheese. I'm already went over an hour. So that was it. Thank you, C-Generates. Make sure you follow me on Insta at CJ Sullivan was taken _ in between each word, or on X at CJ Sullivan _ You can email me at bottomlinebombs@thesgpn.com. Follow me on TikTok, _CJ Sullivan. Find me on there, whatever you want to do. Like I said, we got the Super Bowl prop and MVP show coming up with Sean and Ryan after this. And tonight, we're doing a very fun thing. It's a watch party of the Brandon Lang interview the boys did at Radio Row a couple years ago in Los Angeles. He's the tout that Matthew McConaughey played in Two for the Money, or whatever that movie was, him and Al Pacino. It was based off this character. And they did an interview with him, and they said we can never air it because he was just so ridiculous. So I'm excited to see it. I'm going to be watching it, and I'm going to be Mystery Science 3000 of it, be making fun of it. Sure, that'll be very easy to do. It'll be a lot of fun. So good luck. Let's get some bombs. Let's get some golf bombs this weekend. Pebble Beach Pro-Am bombs. I won't even do the recap, but you know what they were, right? Kyle Markar is a safe one. Jason Day. If we hit Russell Henley or Taylor Pendrith, then we'll have a real Super Bowl bankroll. We can parlay that into a fortune. Anyway, that's going to do it for the show. All right. Let's come back with full soundboard. See you later.